Hi, I'm Viola Sutanto, the founder of MAIKA. Thank you for being here today. I wanted to start with a story because the story is really at the heart of everything we do. And it's about why we believe so deeply in finding joy, even in the smallest of moments. My story started like any other weekday morning, the usual rush of getting kids off to school, going to work. I was driving our son to school when I got a call from my husband out of the blue. And he said, "You have to come home now. Micah is throwing up blood everywhere and she has collapsed on the kitchen floor." Every parent's worst nightmare. By evening, we had a diagnosis. Micah has bone marrow failure. The only cure is a bone marrow transplant. But miraculously, her little 3-year-old brother turned out to be a perfect match for Micah. So he could be her donor, he could save her life. But this is where things get really real, right? We immediately take Micah out of school. We isolate her and ourselves from the rest of the world. And we get settled for a really long stay at the hospital. All those months of being in the hospital was really hard. But this is where this little girl blew me away. Every day, she found something to be joyful about. And these would be things that would seem really mundane to you or I. "Oh my God, they're serving Nutella bagels for breakfast today." Or, "Oh, you brought my favorite striped pajamas. Thanks, Mommy." And on and on. And so, for the first time in a long time, I opened my sketchbook and started sketching these daily moments of joy. It eventually became a book called Eat Cake for Breakfast and 99 Other Small Acts of Happiness. This book is a way to celebrate the everyday joys that lift us up. And then something beautiful happened. Micah's story spread. When Micah was ill, she was granted a wish by Make-A-Wish. And her wish was for me and her to design a giant piece of public art with her favorite quote on it, so that, in her words, anyone walking by would be lifted by it. And then she wanted to invite all our friends and family who had been a part of her journey to create this piece of art together. That this wish brought our entire community together. And then it snowballed into something bigger. It got reimagined as a billboard in Portland. Her story became part of curriculums in school, in art classes, so that kids would be inspired to use creativity and art to change the world. It led to mural painting sessions at Disney World, with the global leaders of Make-A-Wish coming together from all around the world to co-create and to play. So you see, the spirit is what MAIKA Experiences are all about. We help you and your team and your communities to connect through meaningful and joyful experiences. And we do this in 3 parts. Part 1 is story creation. This is where we start with your purpose, your vision, your mission, your core values. Then we create an experience that aligns with all of that, down to the tiniest details. Part two is story share. This is the heart of the moment. This is when people come together to co-create, to play, to experiment, and to contribute to something that is much bigger than themselves. And finally, we have part three, that's story imprint. This is about making the moment live on beyond the experience. And whether that's in the form of a physical keepsake, a digital memory, it's really a spark that travels with the participant long after the event is over. Now, over the years, we've worked with some incredible brands to bring these experiences to life, and we've seen how these experiences build not just engagement, but they also build long-lasting connections with their clients. And so at the center of it all is, again, MAIKA's message, even in hard times, there's always a reason to inspire joy. So here's my invitation to you. Let's explore what joy could look like for you and your organization. If any of this sounds interesting to you, I would love to connect with you. And always remember, it's always a good idea to eat cake for breakfast.